Great. So first question, British Open, you came from behind once again, but you got into the lead and you stayed there and made it look easy. Was it easy, Colin?
I think the biggest mistake that you and both I made was calling it the British Open. I think that was like the biggest bogey of everything that day. But no, it's not easy. It's a major championship. You get 4 a year, and these change people's careers. They change their lives, and this is what our golf legacies are remembered for a lot. Is how many major championships can you win? So a lot of pressure, but I enjoy being in those moments. It's something I embrace a lot, and I'm glad we can pull it off on Sunday.
Well, this is our second time speaking in 11 months. This is your second major win in 8 tries, which is something I think you might have to go back to Bobby Jones to have seen before. You're breaking records with your age as well, 24 and 2 majors. How many records do you intend to break? What are your next ambitions?
I don't know. And it's not an I don't know because I don't know what record I want to break. It's just I really just want to keep breaking as records as they go. And all I could really focus on is winning. And if it breaks records, if it creates history, then be it, good for me. But I just want to keep winning. And obviously golf, you are going to lose more than you're going to win. It's a very tough sport, not just physically, but mentally. But yeah, for me, it's just to stay present. And I think that's going to make me the best self I can be, is focus on what I can do now, what I can control, whether it's on this golf shot or practice, whatever it may be, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And hopefully later on in life I can look back at the history I created. But 24, like you said, I have no intentions of looking back. I just want to keep getting better and push myself.
How much do you credit your mental coach and how much do you credit the physical aspect of practicing?
It's huge. My coach, Rick Sussinghouse, he's been a big part of my journey. I've been working with him since I've been 8. So it's been 16 years of a lot of work, not just on my golf swing, but on my mental game. And it's huge because golf is such a mental sport as well. It's not just a physical sport. You don't just have to hit the ball. You have to think through everything. You have a lot of time away from the golf ball of actually playing, to let your mind wander. And he's such a big part. But everyone is, my family, my girlfriend, my agent, sponsors, like it's such a team aspect. My caddy, everyone is all reaching for that same goal. And I think that's why it's been so much fun, is because everyone is pushing towards this, me succeeding, right? Me playing well, enjoying what I do. And I think when the stars align and people are, on the same page, it just makes it that much easier for me to go do my job.
So is there a secret to majors? This is a question people always mull over. It sounds like you've got a pretty good read on what it takes mentally to win a competition. Does it take something else to win majors?
I think it does. I don't know if there's an exact science, and I don't think there is an exact science, but if there was a secret, I probably wouldn't tell anyone. But yeah, it takes a different type of person to really come through on a major. Like I said, when you only have something 4 times a year, it's that much more meaningful. So, and that's when I look at it, what's happening next week with the Olympics, it only happens once every 4 years, not 4 times a year, but once every 4 years. And that's when the stage is just put that much higher on a pedestal of, let's embrace this and let's do our best, because it really doesn't come along too many times in our life.
Well, and in fact, this is really only the second Olympics that golf has been a sport in modern history. You have to go back to 1900 for it to have been a sport. Many golfers still don't rate it because it's played for pride more so than money. Where do you stand on that argument?
I think everyone should love the Olympics. That's for me speaking, but that's my belief, is that put money aside. I don't play on the PGA Tour and I don't play golf for the money. It's just an extra bonus. It's something that, yes, I do love making money, but that's just part of the business and the entertainment side of professional sports. But the Olympics, it happens every 4 years. You're able to represent your country that you owe so much to and you believe in so much, that it's the biggest honor to have USA written across my chest, my body, my hat, everything. And it gives me chills because it is that meaningful. You represent more than just yourself. And we play as such an individual sport that now I can represent Team USA at the Olympics, put us on a world stage. Golf is, I would say it's a very world type sport. A lot of people can play it. I think the opportunities are building, but it's still a very tough sport to play in a lot of countries. And I think golf being in the Olympics hopefully continues as years go by, it's just going to open up an extra avenue. It's going to find new outlets for people to really look at us and be like, maybe that's something I want to do in the future.
Well, and particularly Japan, your paternal great grandparents emigrated from Japan to Hawaii. So how does your father and your family feel about this all coming full circle and you going back to play at the Olympics in Japan?
Yeah, I think there's that just extra sense of pride. It's not like I've ever represented Team Japan. I've never, been associated with Japan really. But me being half Japanese and having relatives and history a long, long time ago, you just have that extra sense of pride. And although, I'll be wearing red, white, and blue representing Team USA, I think I'm still going to feel the support, even with no fans of the people around Japan, because the Open Championship this week or last week had some of the best fans. The time I was able to play in Japan had some of the best fans. So it's going to be amazing to be back there for the Olympics.
Well, and particularly now, since Hideki Matsui is also a major winner, it's swept Japan, this golf craze. So there should be a lot of excitement, at least in the country, if, as you say, you have to play to no fans. But you've done that before and you won in that too. The PGA Championship was played without fans this year.
Yeah.
Does having fans on the course make a difference in terms of concentration, either positively or negatively?
I think positively, it helps me. I think a lot of people might look at it as something of a challenge, but something I want to embrace and I want to bring in with me, because the fans bring all the energy, they bring the life, they bring the enjoyment of what we do. And when you look at it from a very outside perspective, we are entertaining people and people are paying their way to go watch us do what we do best, play golf. And I can't thank those people and those fans enough, because they cheer you on, they enjoy the game so much. Is that it's good to see fans back, and I really hope it continues like that.
Colin, COVID is still a major concern, and obviously we're just talking about no fans. This is a decision that was taken, very difficult decision on the part of Japan. I'm curious, are you at all concerned, particularly since that you have yet another tournament to play when you come back, and that's the Ryder Cup, which was delayed from last year and which you're absolutely in now, but you wouldn't have been if it had been played last year?
Yeah, there's always going to be a concern. I think I'm always going to be concerned because COVID is something I think we should take seriously. I think it's not something we joke about, because people are dying from this. But through the PGA Tour and what I've witnessed over the past just over a year, the PGA Tour has done the best job. I feel very safe once I'm inside the bubble, once I get there. And I know the Olympics, the IGF, everyone that's running the Olympics is going to reach out. They have reached out to all the tours, all the main tours, and figured out what they need to do best to make everyone safe and feel safe. So I'm sure we're going to have to do some extra tests, extra safety precautions. But I will do all that to call myself an Olympian for life. And it might take away from some memories that people always talk about, but being called Olympian, you can't take that away from me, and that puts a smile on my face.
And I'm sure that you want to be called more than just an Olympian. We'll see.
Yes.
Maybe talking to you again in a few weeks. Speaking of the Ryder Cup, who will Captain Steve Stricker's choices be?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. I've looked at it. I looked at it on the plane yesterday. I was talking to my caddy about it. There's so many different routes and different avenues that Captain Strick can go down. So it'll be interesting. I think we're going to have a strong team no matter what. I'm going to I think everyone's going to put their best foot forward. But it should be interesting in the few next coming weeks to see how the team kind of dwindles down to.
Colin, who do you go to on the tour for advice?
No one. It's crazy. I haven't really reached out to that many people. A guy like Max Homa, who I went to college, not with, but he went to the same school. He went to UC Berkeley. He's been a great friend to reach out, just everything aside from golf, just a person to hang out with. But there's not many people I reach out. I kind of run my own thing. I do my own business and follow along. And, I think when I'm away from the golf course, my girlfriend helps me just get away. Kat has been a huge part of me succeeding. And to have her there just to separate myself from golf. I think the best athletes, we spend so much time, and we're known for what we do is on the court, on the golf course, whatever it may be, is that there's so much time away from it. You have to find another way to get your mind away from it. And she's been amazing. So, there's been some veterans, some Champions Tour players like Marco Mira that I've gotten to know and just talk to and practice with. So he's been a great help. But guys on tour, we're just trying to beat him.
That's for sure. And of course, we should mention your girlfriend has played on the LPGA in China herself. Finally, since we're a financial channel, I would love to know what you do about investing. I'm sure you have some thoughts about what to do with your money now that you're making pots of it in the last 12 months.
Yes, it's a very different position of where I was in college. Yeah, I have people to help me that with investing my money. But I like to get involved. I went to the Haas Business School, and I didn't go to business school to just say I went. I want to understand what I do with my money, where it's going, what it's going to look like in the future, because I understand the present day value of a dollar and the money today versus tomorrow. And I want to make sure that, yes, I'm making money, but I want to be, safe and feeling good for the rest of my life. And there's steps that everyone takes, and it's very fun to be a part of that because it's something I enjoy. A lot of there's players that just enjoy golf, and there's nothing wrong with that. But through college, I understood that this is something I do enjoy. So it's been fun to talk with my financial investors and everyone, and just allow me to be a part of it as well.